Hello everyone, welcome to the CA MCQ series of Drishti IAS. So we'll start our discussion with previous day question. So first question is, with reference to the clemency pass in India, consider the following statements. So the statement 1 is, pardon completely absolves the convict, removing both conviction and sentence. Commutation means replacing a punishment with a lesser one, such as converting a death sentence to rigorous imprisonment. Respite grants a temporary delay in execution of a sentence, particularly the death penalty. Reprieve reduces the sentence considering special circumstances like physical disabilities or pregnancy. Which of the statements given above are correct? 1 and 2 only, 1, 2 and 3 only, 1, 2 and 4 only, 1, 2, 3 and 4. And the answer is A, which is 1 and 2 only. Clemency power is a constitutional authority of the President, Article 72, and Governor, Article 161, to grant relief in punishment awarded by the judiciary. It ensures justice by considering factors like humanitarian grounds, wrongful convictions, or excessive sentences. The 5 types of clemency powers are pardon, commutation, respite, reprieve, and remission. A pardon completely absolves the convict, removing both the conviction and the sentence. Hence, statement 1 is correct. Commutation reduces the severity of punishment by replacing it with the lesser one, such as converting a death sentence to rigorous imprisonment. Hence, statement 2 is correct. Respite grants a reduced sentence considering special circumstances such as physical disabilities or pregnancy of the convict. Hence, statement 3 is not correct. Reprieve temporarily delays the execution of a sentence, particularly the death penalty, allowing time for the convict to seek pardon or commutation. Hence, statement 4 is not correct. So, that's why option A is the correct answer. So, coming to the question 1. Consider the following statement. So first of all, we are going to discuss about the first statement. It is a climbing shrub from Menispermaceae family. It is a native to India but also found in China and tropical areas of Australia and Africa. It is traditionally used to treat fever, diabetes, infection, gout, jaundice, asthma, diarrhea, and skin disease. Which of the following best matches the above description? Tinsupora cordifolia giloy, Ficus bengalensis banyan tree, Moringa oleifera drumstick tree, Salonium nigrum black nightshade. So the answer is A. Tinsopora cordifolia giloy. It is a climbing shrub from the Menispermaceae family. Giloy, Guduchi or Amrita has been used in Ayush system for centuries due to its immune boosting and adaptogenic properties. It is native to India but also found in China and tropical areas of Australia and Africa. It is best grown in warm climates and medium black or red soil. It is traditionally used to treat fever, diabetes, infections, gout, jaundice, asthma, diarrhea, and skin diseases. Clinical studies suggest giloy's potential in the following: cancer therapy, example HPV positive cervical cancer treatment; autoimmune disease management, example idiopathic granulomatous mastitis; anti-inflammatory application in chronic disease. So option A is the correct answer. Coming to the question 2, consider the following statement regarding Morarji Desai. He served as the finance minister of India before resigning from the Union cabinet under the Kamraj plan in 1963. He was appointed as the chairman of the first Administrative Reforms Commission in 1966. Which of the statements given above are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, neither 1 nor 2, and the answer is C, which is both 1 and 2. Morarji Desai was born on 29 February 1896 and served as the 4th Prime Minister of India 1977 to 1979 during the 6th Lok Sabha. He was detained during the individual Satyagraha 1941, arrested during Quit India Movement 1942. He became Commerce and Industry Minister in 1956 and took over the finance portfolios in 1958. He resigned from the Union cabinet under Kamraj's Plan 1963 that urged the senior Congress leaders holding government positions to voluntarily resign to focus on grassroots strengthening. Hence, statement 1 is correct. He was appointed chairman of the First Administrative Reforms Commission 1966 to restructure the government administration. Hence, statement 2 is correct. So, the option C is the correct answer. Coming to the question 3, consider the following statement. India has acquired land in Zambia for copper and cobalt exploration led by Geological Survey of India. Zambia is the world's largest producer of copper. The Geological Survey of India is leading India's exploration of lithium reserves in South America and Australia. Which of the statements given above is are correct? 1 only, 2 and 3 only, 1 and 3 only, 1, 2 and 3. And the answer is A. India secured 9,000 square kilometer of land in Zambia for copper cobalt exploration led by Geological Survey of India with mining rights expected in 2-3 years. Hence, statement 1 is correct. Zambia ranks 7th in copper and 14th in cobalt production with existing investment by Canada and China. Hence, statement 2 is not correct. India is engaging with Democratic Republic of Congo, Tanzania, Mozambique, Rwanda to acquire critical mineral assets. India is already active in South America, Argentina, Chile, and Australia, where Khanij Bidesh India Limited Kabil is exploring lithium and cobalt assets. Hence, statement 3 is not correct. That's why option A is the correct answer. So, coming to the question 4, consider the following statement related to the National Board of Wildlife. So, first statement is it is a statutory body constituted under the Environment Protection Act 1986. The Prime Minister serves as its ex-officio chairperson. It ensured that no tiger reserve is diverted to unsustainable use without its approval. How many of the above statements are correct? Only 1, only 2, all 3, none, and the answer is B, only 2. National Board of Wildlife is a statutory body constituted under Wildlife Protection Act 1972. It is apex body on wildlife conservation and development. Hence, statement 1 is not correct. NBWL is a 47-member committee headed by the Prime Minister who serves as the ex-officio chairperson while Minister of Environment, Forest and Climate Change serves as the vice chairperson. Hence, statement 2 is correct. It is mandated to promote conservation and development of wildlife and forest. It ensures that no tiger reserve is diverted to unsustainable use without its approval with advice from National Tiger Conservation Authority. Hence, statement 3 is correct and the option B is the correct answer. Question 5. Consider the following languages of the 8th schedule of Indian Constitution: Konkani, Manipuri, Nepali. How many of the above languages were included in 71st Amendment Act 1992? Only 1, only 2, all 3, none, and the answer is C, all 3. The 8th schedule of the Indian Constitution lists the official languages of India covered under Part 17, Article 343 to 351. Article 344 provides for a language commission, while Article 351 promotes the spread of Hindi. There is no fixed criterion for a language inclusion. Initially, 14 languages were listed with Sindhi added by 21st Amendment 1967, Konkani, Manipuri, Nepali by the 71st Amendment 1992, and Bodo, Dogri, Maithili and Santhali by 92nd Amendment 2003 enforced in 2004. Currently, it recognizes 22 languages. Thus, Konkani, Manipuri, Nepali were all added through the 71st Amendment in 1992. Option C is the correct answer. Question 6. Consider the following statement. The three-language formula was first proposed by the Kothari Commission 1964 and 66. The three-language formula is a language learning policy introduced in 1968 National Policy on Education. National Education Policy NEP 2020 recommends using the home language, mother tongue, as the medium of instruction at least till grade 5 to promote regional languages. How many of the statements given above are correct? Only 1, only 2, all 3, none, and the answer is C, all 3. The three-language formula was first proposed by Education Commission 1964 and 66. officially known as the Kothari Commission, hence statement 1 is correct. The three language formula is a language learning policy introduced in 1968 National Policy on Education, hence statement 2 is correct. National Education Policy 2020 recommends using the home language mother tongue as the medium of instruction till grade 5, preferably till grade 8 to promote regional languages. Hence statement 3 is correct. Option C is the correct answer. Question 7. Regarding offshore mining, consider the following statements. Offshore mining involves extracting minerals or precious stones from the seabed. India launches its first ever offshore critical mineral auction in 2024, offering 13 blocks across the Arabian Sea and Andaman Sea. Offshore areas existence of mineral resources rules 2024 apply to all minerals in offshore areas, including mineral oils and hydrocarbons. How many of the statement given above is are not correct? Only one, only two, all three, and none. The answer is A, only one. Offshore mining involves extracting minerals or precious stones from the seabed. Hence, statement 1 is correct. India launched its first ever offshore critical mineral auction in 2024 under the Offshore Areas Mineral Development and Regulation Act 2002, offering 13 blocks across Arabian Sea and Andaman Sea. Hence, statement 2 is correct. The auction targets critical minerals like lithium, cobalt, nickel, and copper, which are essential for infrastructure, renewable energy, and advanced technologies. Offshore areas existence of mineral resources rules 2024 apply to all minerals in offshore areas excluding mineral oils and hydrocarbons. Hence statement 3 is not correct. That's why option A is the correct answer. Coming to the question 8, consider the following statement regarding the Regional 3R and Circular Economy Forum. The 12th Regional 3R and Circular Economy Forum was hosted by China in 2025. The forum promotes reduce, reuse, recycle, 3R principle and circular economy practices in Asia Pacific. The forum was first launched in 2009 to promote resource efficiency. Which of the statement given above is are correct? 1 and 2 only, 2 and 3 only, 1 and 3 only, 1, 2 and 3, and the answer is B. Regional 3R and Circular Economy Forum. India, Jaipur, Rajasthan hosted the 12th Regional 3R and Circular Economy Forum in Asia and the Pacific, emphasizing on sustainable waste management and circular economy. Hence, statement 1 is not correct. It is a regional platform that promotes 3R, reduce, reuse, and recycle principle and circular economy practices across the Asia Pacific region. Hence, statement 2 is correct. It brings together policymakers, industry leaders, researchers, and partners to advance resource efficiency strategies. Historical context. Regional 3R and Circular Economy Forum was launched in 2009 to promote 3R principle and resource efficiency. The Hanoi 3R Declaration 2013 and 2023 set 33 voluntary goals for resource efficient and circular economy. Hence, statement 3 is correct and option B is the correct answer. Question 9. Blue Ghost Mission 1, often seen in the news, is best described as a mission to the moon by a US private company, a deep sea exploration mission to study underwater volcanoes, a covert military operation in Eastern Europe, a conservation project aimed at protecting endangered marine species. Coming to the answer part, and the answer is A. A US company, Firefly Aerospace, successfully landed its Blue Ghost Mission 1 on the moon, marking the second private lunar landing and the first to land upright. The mission is nicknamed Ghost Riders in the Sky and was launched in January 2025 aboard a SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket. It landed lander named Golden near Mons Lateral, a volcanic formation on the moon's northeastern near side. It is part of NASA's collaboration with industry to reduce costs, support the Artemis program, the mission to return astronauts to the moon. Hence, option A is the correct answer. Coming to the question 10, consider the following statement related to blue box subsidies. Any support provided to farmers that would normally be in the amber box is placed in the blue box if it requires farmers to limit production. There are no limits on spending on blue box subsidies. Which of the above statement are correct? Only one, only two, both one and two, neither one nor two, and the answer is C. The blue box is essentially an amber box with conditions where subsidies that would typically fall under amber box are allowed in blue box if they require farmers to limit production as specified in paragraph 5 of the Article 6 of the WTO Agricultural Agreement. Hence, statement 1 is correct. These measures aim to reduce trade and production distortion. Currently, there are no spending limits on blue box subsidies. Hence, statement 2 is correct. So, that's why option C is the correct answer. Now, coming to the practice question. Wallace line recently in the news is related to which of the following? It is an imaginary boundary separating the distinct faunal regions of Asia and Australia. It is a longitudinal line dividing the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans. It is a geopolitical boundary between Europe and Asia. It is a tectonic fault line in the Indian Ocean. Kindly answer into the comment section. Thank you for your cooperation.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.